Hello, this is Angelo with your Project Next Accelerator Bonus, and this is Digital Growth Masterclass number 22. So, before we begin, I want to pay a small tribute to an amazing success that was announced a few days ago. Sarah Blakely sold her majority stake at Spanx for $1.2 billion. What makes this story amazing is that she got started about 21 years ago with just $5,000 and a red backpack, as she says. But of course, what she didn't say is that during these 21 years, she cultivated some of the very important things we will be talking about today. So, what happened up until now? In the majority part of your project Next Accelerator Bonus, we focused on mindset. And it is very important to remember, as Sarah Blakely says, that mindset is the single most important tool of an entrepreneur. And we are entrepreneurs. We have challenges and we want to overcome these challenges to achieve a certain goal, right? Good. So, what is the difference having like a digital product as the one we're talking about here and having like a physical product? So in entrepreneurship, we say that all you need to succeed is a good product and good marketing, right? So marketing is basically communication in one way or the other. But when you have a physical product, like a mouse, for example, you don't need communication skills to build a good mouse, right? You need technical skills, engineering skills, and things like that. Also, when you have a digital product, your marketing can be taken care of itself once you have a truly good product and let's say the word of mouth. The difference having a digital product is that you need communication skills to create the actual product as well. So, as opposed to a physical product, a digital product with its marketing and its production have one thing in common, and that is you. You will be communicating your product, but you will also be communicating the value within your product. And this is a big problem because most people avoid to see communication as a skill and something that can be cultivated, something that you can actually grow. And this is why today we will be talking about the 5 keys of effective communication. Number one, you need to have a clear vision. You need to have a clear destination for your audience, your core audience. So your audience has a problem, and because of this problem, maybe they're not thinking clearly, they cannot see how they are going to succeed, or they cannot see why they deserve to succeed and things like that, okay? Or how they will achieve a certain goal. But you can see because you know this is your expertise. So you need to have that clear vision and you need to be able to keep that vision in mind. Number two, you need to believe in your message, okay? Sometimes we see some business people or maybe some politicians, and you can actually tell that they do not believe in what they're saying. And actually, many times when you see someone talking about this, that, or the other, and like trying to give you like a lot of details, and he's not really sure where he's going with his speech, this is kind of like proof that he's not actually believing in what he's saying, and he's trying to, to couple it with some other things as well. So, number one, you need to have a clear vision, but number two, you need to believe in that path. You need to believe that you can actually take people from where they are to where they want to go with your content, with your message, with your value. And this is the difference maker because once you believe in yourself, then you can be like a loudspeaker to your audience. Then you will not be contracted. Then you will feel the freedom within, like to convey your message as far and as loud as possible. And then, number three, when you get started communicating your product and your digital product, you want to remember that you always start by selling the problem, not the solution. You don't say, like, I have this amazing hypnosis tool, okay? You might say to your audience, are you struggling, like getting things through you, like the things that you need to do in order to change? Maybe you want, to like try my hypnosis system, and whatever is your solution. So you always sell the problem first, because then you start immediately resonating with your audience. And then by just pressing their pain points, you have their attention. Remember, attention is very scarce nowadays, and it's not going to get better. So you need some powerful, truly powerful communication skills in order to get people's attention. And that leads us to key number 4, which is don't sell your product, sell your story. Because the story that couples the success of your product and your value and your message are far more powerful than the product itself. I remember, for example, I talked about Sarah Blakely, so let's keep that, like I remember her talking about how she got started, by selling these Xerox machines. So what was it, like toner or something? And she was telling the story that she had like cases outside of her home and nobody, like to stack them in and so on. And then she talked about how she was in this very important interview and she took the lady to the ladies' room and she tried to help her put her Spanx and actually try and see that it actually works and so on. And these stories sink in. And sometimes we forget how powerful stories are. We are hooked by stories. And this is what you want to happen with your audience as well. Not only to get their attention, but keep their attention as long as it takes for you to convey the value that you have and all the benefits that come with your digital product. Last but not least, and this is like an obstacle for all of you that are, let's say, getting started, and maybe you don't have like the best iPhone and the best camera and the best lighting and the best microphone and so on. Remember this. Maybe it should have been like the first, because I know that some of you have already gone by now, and maybe I'm talking to a very small fraction of who will be watching this video, but remember this. If you're here, it's worth it. It's maybe like the most powerful thing I can give you, like from all the master classes. Make passion your loudspeaker. Communicate whatever you have with passion. Of course, you need to have a clear vision. Of course, you need to believe in yourself. Of course, you need to take some people's attention by selling the problem before you sell the solution. And of course, it helps to have a powerful story. But once you get all these 4-step keys, this is the game changer. Because no matter what happens, your passion is the thing, like the frequency, what will make people resonate with you and your solution and your product and your brand and all the other solutions that will come in the future as a projection of your growth. Remember, your passion is the difference maker. You're not a teacher. You're not like someone who is like dictating. You are conveying value with your passion, with your heart. I remember Greg Braden saying that our heart is like 5,000 times stronger electromagnet than our mind. Of course, we use at the moment, I'm using my mind to articulate what I want to convey to you. But I'm focusing on my heart to communicate this value to you to the point that you make it your own, to the point that you truly acknowledge what the value is from, like taking action on these 5 steps. and becoming a better communicator. So, let's say until next week, you will be practicing on these 5 keys and actually seeing yourself grow in your communication skills and make it like a top priority for the next couple of months. And challenge yourself to become a much more powerful communicator. And last but not least, as Sarah Blakely says, if you're fearful of communicating anything, if you're fearful, just do it. That's the best way to go. The best way to go is where your fear is. This is where you should be heading. So, talk to you next week. Ciao, ciao.